Welcome back, everyone. There's a lot of noise today, but underneath it, the same two themes keep surfacing from completely different corners of the market: regulatory clarity and liquidity. Everything else is just the argument around those two forces. Let's start with the political tension. Charles Hoskinson says Trump's meme coin changed the tone, that it turned crypto from a bipartisan policy discussion into a partisan liability. And, to be fair, there's some truth there. Timing matters, optics matter, and politics absolutely reacts to narratives. But here's the key distinction. That slowed the conversation. It didn't stop it. Because while Hoskinson is warning about optics, Brian Armstrong is talking about substance. According to Armstrong, roughly 90% of the Market Structure Clarity Act is already agreed upon. Not debated, not hypothetical. Agreed. Committees are drafting. Language is converging. And early 2026 is now the working window. That doesn't sound like a bill that died. It sounds like a bill that's waiting for the politics to cool off. Now zoom out, because while Washington argues about rules, the global system is quietly dealing with math. Arthur Hayes says the Fed's new reserve management purchases are just quantitative easing with a different label. And Raoul Pal goes even further, arguing that debt servicing alone forces liquidity into the system whether policymakers want it or not. You can argue the numbers, you can debate the labels, but the direction? More liquidity is coming. Not because of crypto, not because of politics, but because the system can't function without it. And this is where the two threads meet. You don't get sustained all-time highs without clarity, and you don't get explosive upside without liquidity. That's the formula. Not meme coins, not headlines, not Twitter fights. So, when people talk about 2026, they're not predicting a date. They're watching for those two ingredients to finish aligning. And right now, both are moving, just not loudly. Up next, we're going to step away from the macro for a moment and hear directly from the community what you're seeing, what you're questioning, and where sentiment really is. That's coming up in the Proof of Thought mailbag.
Fortune coded in these blockchain keys.